Hey folks, welcome back to Indaba Africa. This is Chris once again with an update on travel into and out of South Africa. Well, if you're in South Africa or you want to go to South Africa, you're pretty much screwed. Here it is, middle of January 2021, and South Africa is off the map, ladies and gentlemen. It is not a place you can travel to. Several international airlines have streamlined or eliminated their flights to and from South Africa. As I mentioned on my live stream, Emirates this week had announced for a 2-week halt to operations of its flights to and from South Africa. That's disastrous, as Emirates is a major way for South Africans in and out of the country and around the world through its hub in the Middle East. KLM has also announced it's modifying its schedules after the Dutch government restricted travel to South Africa, and it had to cancel several flights this week as well. Lufthansa told Agence France Presse that it's adjusting its flight program due to reduced demand. Well, I'm sure that a lot of people want to travel, but they're simply not allowed to with the ludicrous travel restrictions and issues that you must contend with. For instance, the government of South Africa demands you present a negative COVID-19 test within 72 hours, a virtual impossibility for anyone traveling from anywhere outside of Africa. Getting a test within 72 hours, virtually impossible. Takes that long to take the test and get a result back. How can you fly and still have a valid test result? You got me. Well, concerns are spiraling out of control as the country deals with the latest variant out of South Africa, where it's developed its own variant. Now, schools have been pushed back the start date from the 27th of January to the 15th of February. And the total number of confirmed cases to date since March of 2020 is now 1.3 million, with 35,500 deaths attributed to the virus. 240,000 of those infections and 6,000 deaths in January alone. Folks, we're only 17 days through January, 240,000 infections, 6,000 deaths. Yet every time we turn around, President Cyril Ramaphosa makes a television appearance in which he pats himself on the back and tells us what an effective job the African National Congress and its undemocratic, unelected, unaccountable, capricious National Coronavirus Command Council, a body that violates the Constitution at will, with impunity, with no repercussions, how effective and how wonderful they are at preventing the spread of this virus and disease. In fact, they're absolutely useless and have contributed to the spread of this disease with their inconsistent policies and their idiotic decisions. And they've forced a collapse of South Africa's economy on top of that. Wow. We've seen endless attacks on the Western Cape province ruled by an opposition party, on Nelson Mandela Bay, on the Sarabart municipality, and the Garden Route, all places in which the ANC finds itself struggling or behind. And so they've attacked these places as the so-called epicenters of the virus. Yet the most populous and prosperous province in the entire country, Gauteng province, which is between Johannesburg and Pretoria, accounts for 1/4 of all the cases in the country, as well as 18% of deaths. Yet it is yet to be targeted as a so-called hotspot until just this most recent conversation by President Ramaphosa. Folks, the African National Congress has absolutely no idea what they're doing. None whatsoever. Their misinformation, their malgovernance borders on the criminal. Absolutely out of control. Their actions have not curbed the virus, nor have they ever accomplished the things they claimed they were going to do. In March of 2020, President Ramaphosa went on television in what was hailed as a bold early step, locking down the entire country for 21 days. The excuse was they needed those 21 days to prepare hospitals for the coming onslaught. Get beds ready, get trauma units ready, get respirators in place, and that they also need that time to clean the schools so that children go back to school. It is a bit odd, though, that they need 21 days to clean viruses that don't survive on any surface for 21 days. So if no one's in the schools, what virus would there be after 21 days? Needless to say, no hospitals were prepared, nothing was done, and there was no surge. Growing slow numbers continually throughout the year. And of course, in order to spread fear and panic in the population, they continue to act as if 1.3 million South Africans have COVID. No, they do not. That's the number of confirmed test results that they've collected since they started testing in April of 2020. Nearly a year ago. There aren't 1.3 million South Africans with COVID-19. There are a few 100,000 South Africans with COVID-19, as there are hundreds of thousands of South Africans who are HIV positive, and hundreds of thousands of South Africans who are tuberculosis positive, tens of thousands, if not 100,000 or more, who have active cases of tuberculosis. The ANC has absolutely no idea what they're doing, ladies and gentlemen. They're getting people killed through their stupidity, their malfeasance, their malgovernance. No words from the government health minister when 5,000 armed thugs, supporters of the economic freedom fighters, descend on Brockenfell to attack a public school, armed with golf clubs, pangas, which are machetes, and knob carries, those hard wooden clubs with a big knot on the end of them. Shoulder to shoulder, screaming and shouting as they sought to attack this school, dispersed by the police. Yet no comments from public health officials about the super spreader event of the EFF at Brockenfell or the super spreader event of the EFF at Senecal in the northern part of the Free State on the 16th of October, in which 6,000 to 7,000 or more EFF supporters bust in primarily from Gauteng, were toy-toying, not with weapons this time, but toy-toying, dancing, singing, no mask, no social distancing, no discussion of super spreader events there. Yet South Africans must watch empty stadiums for Curry Cup competitions, sports on television. They're denied access to funerals. Numbers are limited to some magical disbursement of 50 people, as if that makes a difference. Wow. Meantime, you can't get in or out of South Africa. The government shut down all land borders, except for certain cases. Well, there's a lot of exceptions, but not for you and me. And now you can't fly in or out of the country as South Africa comes to grips with the latest variant of the COVID-19 virus, 501Y-V2. Almost sounds like a hair care product. Anyway, folks, and once again, the update: international airlines, Emirates, KLM, and Lufthansa all suspending flights to South Africa this week. You can't get in or out. You're stuck on a sinking ship. The only question is, when will the ANC rats jump overboard? Well, folks, if you like the content, appreciate the insight, become a subscriber, and feel free to smash the like button. Thanks a lot, and good luck out there. South Africans, man, hang in there. We're all pulling for you.